Good evening, everybody, and welcome to part 4 of the Gregory Wright Show Health Series. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you as an audience member listening to this very intriguing information that I'm finding off of the UKDailyMail.com. It's a publication that cuts a lot of its bias from its news reporting and cuts straight to the matter at hand so that the audience can do a little bit more digging and do some due diligence and educate themselves on the foods that they eat on a daily basis. The title of the article is called Additive in Oat and Almond Milk is linked to colon cancer and why dairy is popular again. The article was written by Maya Falk, health reporter from the dailymail.com, and published on 17 October 2024. The article starts off by saying wellness influencers are ditching almond and oat milks, let me start that over again. I apologize. Wellness influencers are ditching almond and oat milks and switching back to dairy amid health concerns. And I've always been curious as to why grown humans still drink milk. You look at, other mammals that drink mother's milk during infancy stage. When they grow up, they move on to solid foods. If they are carnivore, they eat meat. If they're herbivore, they eat grass and other plants. If you know the answer to that question, please comment below. I'd love to get some ideas on how to crack that nut. But maybe it's because the media blitz, the advertisers, the commercials and TV and radio have kind of put us in a trance into thinking that certain types of food are healthy for us, but we have no business consuming. The plant-based milks were once touted as a low-calorie, low-fat alternative, but studies have indicated they are nutritionally inferior to stuff from cows. Jessica Cording, a registered dietitian and author, told DailyMail.com, dairy-free products have sort of a health halo around them. Many consumers assume that just because something is dairy-free, that means it's healthy. But recently, experts have raised concerns about their effect on blood sugar levels and some potentially harmful additives, including emulsifiers, which have been linked to colon cancer. Just scrolling by some pictures related to the article. Almond milk sales in 2024 decreased by 8.5% from the previous year, and oat milk sales decreased by 1.25% over the same period, according to a report from Spins, a company which tracks shopping data in America. So there's a hyperlink here. You can click on a report and you can access that Spins report if you're interested in American shopping data. The report found that all plant-based milk sales decreased by 5.2% over the past year, though that still generated a whopping $2.8 billion in sales for the industry. That's still phenomenal. Public opinion seems to mirror this downturn. Los Angeles-based influencer Steph Robinson lit the internet afire last year when she put oat milk at the bottom of her list of milk options, claiming the product causes massive blood glucose spikes and energy crashes. Now, I don't know if this article is referring to Miss Robinson's own experience with sugar spikes and energy crashes, or she came across a report that was convincing enough for her to even mention it vaguely here. But one common complaint about plant-based milk is that they contain additives that make them highly processed, like emulsifiers. Emulsifiers are products added to food, lotions, and shower products that keep a liquid from separating over time. Man, they getting us from all daggone levels, man. They're using everything from peanut butter to yogurt to mascara and glue. Look at that. Their names range from familiar like gelatin or whey protein to scientific like xanthan gum and carboxymethylcellulose. But they all function the same way, giving a product a smooth, creamy texture. I wonder if they put it in ice cream. Most non-dairy milk brands use some sort of emulsifier to keep their product together. Samantha Cochran, a registered dietitian nutritionist at the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, said that these are highly processed forms of oats and almonds, so it's not surprising that they may have ingredients added during the processing to stabilize and preserve the products. In the past few years, researchers have begun investigating whether emulsifiers and a number of different highly processed products could be contributed to the increase in colon and rectal cancer in young people. Now, here's another hyperlink, which I think will take you to another dailymail.com article, which will have maybe a study in there that you can click on and read. Their results haven't been conclusive, so at least we know that, right? They're saying all this crap, but the results are not conclusive. Dr. Stuart Fisher, an emergency medicine doctor in New York City, told DailyMail.com colon cancer can result from too much exposure to certain unknown toxins and may have been suggested over the years. A 2021 study, again, here's a hyperlink. If you want to access the study, you will be able to access this article, which contains the hyperlinks, in the description below. A 2021 study from researchers at the University of Paris that fed mice emulsifiers like polysorbate 80 and carboxymethylcellulose found consuming the products regularly led to increased gut inflammation. Chronic inflammation can increase the risk for cancer by damaging DNA. Here's another hyperlink that will take you to a dailymail.com article that talks about that. This, they suggest, could put the body at greater risk for developing colorectal cancers. A different study in 2021, here's the hyperlink to it, found introducing emulsifiers to a colony of bacteria that mimic the kind found in the human gut caused some of the bacteria to die off or become unhealthy. Research has suggested the bacteria in the gastrointestinal tract play an important role in fighting back against cancer, and that disrupting it could make colorectal cancers more likely. In 2024, University of Miami gastroenterologist Dr. Maria Abreu, who studies the effect of food additives and their link to colon cancer, likewise said the effect of emulsifiers on the microbiome could be contributing to the number of young people getting cancer. A separate 2022 research, here's another hyperlink that will most likely take you to the article that has the link to the research in it. From the French Nutrition and Cancer Research Network, studied more than 102,000 adults and estimated their exposure to different food additives over a day by asking them about their diet habits. They then tracked them over 10 years. That is a very, very extensive study. They then tracked them over 10 years and found that those who were estimated to consume higher amounts of certain emulsifiers were more likely to develop breast cancer. Considering this research, Dr. Abreu told DailyMail.com, I think it's good to convey to parents that they should have their children minimally exposed to these things. How about not exposed at all? I'm a believer that colon cancer is preventable. Some of it has to start by transmitting this message to parents because we believe this set in motion at a very early time, which is the reason why I'm going through this article with you folks. Come on. YouTube, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm sharing an article with parents so they could share it with their family and friends to do more due diligence into what they are putting in their bodies. Right? It takes a lifetime of making good choices. This research is something to pay attention to, Cording said, but it isn't conclusive and more research needs to be done before conclusions get drawn about emulsifiers. Well, sounds like the scientists need to do more studies and come to more conclusions, because right now it sounds like it's like inconclusive, right? Cording told this website, I think it's appropriate to be concerned, but I also think we need to keep exploring. In addition, both Cording and Cochran added, the amount of these highly processed ingredients consumed and what other foods you add to your diet are just as important. Cochran said, if anything, this reinforces that a diet with less highly processed foods may be beneficial to overall health. However, it isn't enough evidence to vilify these foods or ingredients and avoid them completely. Why not? Cording's main concern with oat milk in particular isn't the additives, but instead the effect it can have on blood sugar. I have diabetics in my family. That is very important. I focus a lot on blood sugar management in my work, which is essential for so many aspects of our physical and mental wellness, Cording said. Oat milk tends to have lower amounts of protein and higher amounts of carbohydrates or sugars than dairy milk or nut milk. An average cup of oat milk contains about 4 grams of protein compared to 8 grams in dairy, soy, or pea milk. I never heard of pea milk. When the body breaks down carbohydrates, it causes a blood sugar spike, which makes your body need to release insulin. Eating foods with other nutrients that can balance the sugars, helping them to be taken up more slowly, may make insulin spikes less steep. Over time, having consistent blood sugar spikes can make it hard to manage one's weight and may make them more likely to develop lifestyle diseases like diabetes down the line. For that reason, Cording said, in my own practice, I do tend to steer my clients away from oat milk if they can tolerate dairy and or other plant milks. At the same time, as plant-based milks are falling out of favor, raw dairy milk is becoming a darling of both left and right-wing American foodies. Well, I mean, again, at the start of the show, I was asking a question, why do human beings rely on milk when other mammals don't, when they get older? Celebrities like Gwyneth Paltrow claim that unpasteurized milk is more nutritious because it was less processed. Health authorities widely pushed back against this claim and made clear that pasteurization helps prevent the spread of illness. Sounds like somebody trying to protect the industry, but that's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. And it looks like we are at the end of the article. That was a very surprisingly short article. So if you like the information that I shared with you over the past 4 videos now, if you're watching this one, in my health series, I really try to pass information to my audience so they could pass it on to their family and friends, and kind of get away from the politics of it. These are like real kitchen table issues that we talk about. If you have diabetics in your family, you always talk about blood sugar and insulin. You always talk about limiting the amount of sugar and salt in your diet, and have more of a balanced diet. And very interesting stuff here. This is going to be the last episode in the health series. I plan on, reporting on maybe other topics or whatever, but just stay tuned. You never know what you're going to get when you mess with the Gregory Wright Show. Thank you.